KWTN 100.9 FM. Welcome everybody to Winnebago Talks. We apologize for coming on the air just a little bit behind schedule here, native time. DJ Garan Coons, Communications Officer for the Winnebago Tribe, joined in the studio. We also have none other than the famous DJ Bethani. Yes, you probably need your mic on, because say hello to the good folks.
Hello, everybody. Good day to you all.
Yes.
Happy Baja J. It's Tuesday.
Right. Man, we are going to talk about that today here. We have some great announcements that we're going to get to. And if you guys want to get out your calendars, we have some events coming up. We are on the countdown, folks, to the 159th annual Winnebago Homecoming Celebration happening next week.
Exciting.
July 24th to the 27th, 2025. We have Kevin Ebert that also wanted to remind us last time we were on Winnebago Talks. He mentioned that on Wednesday they have the Warriors Kettle.
Yes.
So we invite everybody to come on out, and we are now joined in the studio. Appreciate this gentleman coming in here. And Brian Chamberlain, the Physical Resources Officer. He is known as MCBKC on KWTN, the airwaves, and he's also the Win Editor Contractor. Say hello to the good folks out there, Brian.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
We today have Winnebago Talks, and that is what we're going to do here because we got a lot of things to talk about.
Yes.
Including, we just kind of preluded, introed the homecoming celebration.
Yes.
So let's recap here. Last weekend, we had a lot of things that are taking place to the lead up to the homecoming celebration, including last Saturday. We had a bug spray.
Yes.
Spraying.
Yes.
Kind of explain that.
Each year prior to the annual celebration, the Winnebago community and of course the Powell Grounds itself undergoes a series of pest spraying. So essentially what we did last Saturday night, starting at 10 p.m., the entire community of Winnebago was given a spraying or a covering for mosquitoes. This will happen one more time, and then there will also be a different version that happens at the grounds itself happening next week. So we'll be continuing to put that information out and look for that when it comes around again.
Definitely. And then there's some protocols when that time comes.
Yes.
Because you just make sure, the AC unit and your windows are shut.
Yes.
Bring the pets inside because there is a chemical that will, it's hazardous. We just wanted to make sure that that's out there. So we did try to cover all our bases. We sent it out through the big voice.
Yes.
We also put it on the big screen, social media channels and everything too. So do you know when the next one's going to be, he said?
We're working on the date because we're trying to put together a plan on showing the route.
Yeah.
And because this last time around, they started out way out east, out by Whitewaters. That's where they began. And then they ended near the St. Augustine's area of Winnebago. And they go all through the community, guys. And so some people were wondering, well, when did they come through and whatever? It's like, it's 10 o'clock at night or after. And so we don't want to be driving through town with sirens, It's like, hi, we're coming, that kind of stuff. But we're trying to give a route and that kind of thing. But at the same time, the spraying that's happening at the grounds, that's another, you cannot be at the grounds. So we'll put up the notice and then probably even tape it off, stay out while the chemical is settling so that we can have a pest-free homecoming celebration.
Okay. Next topic is, when can we stake out?
The land rush begins 8 a.m. next Monday. So that's the Monday before the event itself. So we will have security and police on hand because, of course, last year somebody had to get carried away and basically kind of ruin the whole thing. But at the same time, we know areas that families want to have. But if you want to stake your campground, and this is for campers, this is not RVs. The RVs are already underway. But if you want to come out, that begins at 8 a.m. next Monday. And then you can come out, stake your area, and you will be good to go with the camps.
This is kind of a public service announcement. Keep in mind our visitors, you know what I mean, that are going to be joining us and celebrating with us and stuff too, because I know a lot of times you want to get as much land area as possible.
Yes, and we will be controlling that as well. We're not allowing the acreages, so keep it realistic, guys, because last year somebody took like this massive area, then they had one canopy and a truck. And it's like, come on, guys, there were other people looking for spaces and you took up. So if somebody tries to get carried away, the staff will be on hand and telling them they need to reduce.
No, we're gonna have our cameras geared up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. And then nowadays, we travel. Remember, I used to go and take down the teepees and use the horses and stuff, but a lot of the powwow people are using RVs, bunkhouses, campers, fifth wheels.
Yes.
Is there any more spots?
As of this morning, there are 4 RV pads available. So those are first come, first serve. You have to contact the Winnebago Tribe Facilities Department. They will get you in contact with the tribe's finance department. Once you have made full payment for the RV pad, then it is considered an official reservation. Again, first come, first serve. There are 4 left as of this morning.
Okay. Any questions for this guy? There's a plethora of knowledge here. I like that word.
Well, so I know that we'll be having an RV station out there, and
Yes.
well, I guess it's not really a question, but if there's any need for immediate notice, then just be sure to let me know, and I'll help
sure.
you get that word out.
Absolutely. There's a lot of activity, of course, happening because the 159th annual homecoming celebration is literally the biggest event that the Winnebago Tribe does
Granddaddy.
every year. Yep, the grand pappy of all powwows, etc. And I love it because some people just get so mad. I'm like, don't be mad, don't hate us because you ain't us. But at the same time,
They put
yeah.
peanut butter and jealous, or
That's
whatever.
right. Yeah. But at the same time, so much activity is happening. My early shout out, I'm going to say, is to the entire physical resources crew, everybody that has had a hand in making the powwow the most wonderful event of the year. The powwow committee has been very, very diligent on getting things done, and we will have the grounds up and ready for everyone to come out. We're also going to be doing an early, I don't want to call it an event, but basically where the people that are having the food stands are coming out. We're going to be showing them information and giving them, that kind of stuff. They'll also be doing the food handler safety training and all that
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. So you will be able to have, good food prepared in the way that it ought to be prepared, not, out of somebody's whatever. But at the same time, all that stuff is happening. The 159th annual homecoming celebration is an amazing event. We hope to see you all there.
That's an old poster.
Is it?
Yeah, you're displaying it. We need to get that one updated.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
Oh,
here
yeah.
and stuff. But go back to the website here if you can.
Gotcha.
If you guys want to go to WinnebagoTribe.com, there's a countdown on there, and it says click here for details. If you go there, you'll talk about right on the top there. It says the event history. And so people are like, how many years and all this and that. We know the exact date when this celebration started.
Yes.
159 years ago. And there's 9 days. We are in single digits until the
Yeah.
countdown to flag raising 6 a.m. on Thursday. I want to encourage people, if you're able and willing to attend a flag raising.
Yeah.
We covered it. We're going to try to cover it as much
we
as
will.
possible. Our crew is, man, you guys are a He-Man crew. And we are going to try to make sure that there's stories, the flags going up, right at 6 o'clock, that song starts and those flags go. They don't wait for nothing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's been taking place for so many years.
Yeah.
And Little Priest, Company A Scouts and stuff, their flag. I
Yes.
mean, it's amazing to see. So if you have an opportunity, usually Thursday and Saturday are the big days and stuff, but Friday is just as important, as well as the last day, which is Sunday. It's pretty exciting, man. So we got some other things regarding leading up to the events and stuff that they're going to be taking place at the homecoming celebration. But the committee is working hard. They have been, if you guys can help us out, pass the word. Vegas is a presenting sponsor, and they're doing some digital billboards.
Yes.
They're also doing some commercials. We invite everybody, veterans especially, no matter where you're from, or what branch you served in, you're more than welcome to come and celebrate with us at the Winnebago Homecoming Celebration. I'm proud of the people, the tribe. They've been doing it for so many years. It's a chance for us to, open our doors,
Right?
share some of our music, family songs, everything, the stories again too. So one of my favorite portions, the reason I did not like the flag raising and stuff was because it's so early. But as you transition and later in life, they say we got 4 hills of life and stuff. On this hill, man, it is freaking magical.
Yes.
Spiritual.
Yes.
It is something that I hope everybody can take in, a flag raising and stuff. Kevin said he never did. So this year,
What?
Yeah. He said he never went out for a flag raising and stuff. So we're going to trying to make him.
Yes.
You know, he's going to be part of the live streaming crew.
So he's going to be doing flag raising, live stream.
We'll see. We'll
No,
see.
I'm just kidding.
But
We're going to
anyways,
keep him awake.
any thoughts on that one as we transition to the next subject?
Well, I just will add, I was able to do the flag raisings last year for the homecoming. And of course, you know, there's technical difficulties that we do run into here and there, but it is very magical. And from the Wizard of Eye lens that we get to watch from, it's definitely really awesome to see all the smiling faces. You know, people are still rubbing out their stroke-a-days out of their eyes, all that stuff. But I really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. And at the same time, I guess to add to that, I love because it really grounds the event in the reason why we're there. The veterans themselves are, of course, the ones handling the flags, putting all the flags onto all the poles, and especially as the event goes on, the Saturday morning one, because more of the people have had time to arrive, the arena is literally filled with flags. You know, they have pole after pole after pole and all the ropes that are there, and it's an amazing thing. And that's the part that I love, because the reason we are there is to celebrate and honor our veterans, and they are definitely on full display 6 a.m. every morning.
Nice. Okay, next subject leading up to it, we have a debut here today. All right, and tell us about that a little bit, DJ Bethani. Ho Chunk Renaissance has been in the kitchen cooking up some episodes for us. And they're going to be coming over here at 1 o'clock. They're going to be debuting their Ho Chunk Renaissance language episodes. When we first heard about getting a radio station license, that was one of the things that we wanted to do, is broadcast the language over the airwaves. And Ho Chunk Renaissance, they've been busy. You know, they got the Ho Chunk Passport program. They do their curriculum, everything. They're leading up. They have workshops, all kind of things and stuff. So they finally made time, and they're able to produce some of the radio. It's going to be what, 2 hours? Or what's
It'll
the
be 2 hours. So it'll be a 1 hour episode, but 2 hours worth. So it'll be a back-to-back episode with language focused episodes that will have a variety of topics leading up to our homecoming celebration, where they'll have some powwow focused episodes as well. And so I'm really looking forward to it. Shout out to Ho Chunk Renaissance over there. Let me get that displayed for you guys that are tuned in here.
That's a really good thing, though.
Yeah. New episodes will also run every Tuesday and will be a series of 6 to 8 episodes per season. So this is the premiere of season 1. Content will include language lessons, tribal history, taboos, clan responsibilities, kinship, cultural stories, and a notable Ho Chunk who has positively impacted the tribal community, plus more. We want to say a shout out to the Ho Chunk Renaissance staff for coming together for research and to record. You know, you just don't turn on the airwaves and then boom, you're ready to roll and stuff. You know, it's more than that. So want to say thank you. They have the media production manager. His name is Gabriel.
Shouts to Gabriel.
Yes, man. If you guys can give him a hand, or next time you see him and stuff, his hard work in editing and creating such engaging episodes, job well done. We're excited for it. They have the outline. They have everything. I mean, it was just... And then you too, Bethani, you're helping get the word out and stuff. So those people that are watching, you know, our demographics, if you guys could help us out and share it. I mean, this is what it's about.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. In the beginning of the Big Voice, I remember being able to sit in a few different sessions when they would bring in Elaine, Maria, let's see who else came in, Kathy.
Yeah.
And
I remember Kathy talking about nicknames. Back in the day, everybody had a nickname.
Yeah.
Everybody had a nickname, and I was like, man, these are really cool nicknames and stuff, you know? But yeah, anyways.
No, it's just really awesome to see it. And then I was you know, excited to be able to get them back over here into the studio.
Cool.
So exciting.
All right.
Today at 1.
Yeah, today at 1, man. Go ahead.
I was going to say replays to follow. So say, you know, you get real busy this afternoon. We'll get into a replay on Wednesdays at the same time. So 1 p.m. you can tune in and catch that replayed episode. Nice. But live today at 1 to 3.
Let's go. All right, next subject. The Winnebago Indian News is going to be coming out with their powwow issue, right?
Yep. Deadline is close of business today. So if you have any information that you want to put into this powwow edition of the Winnebago Indian News, you have until 4:30 today. but we highly suggest that you don't wait. But at the same time, we have a lot of good stuff that we're going to be putting into this issue, including a throwback section, which is going to take us back to a Winnebago Indian news that was published in the summertime for the powwow in 1988.
Wow.
Yeah, so as you saw in the last issue, we shared a story that was shared in that issue in 1988 about Chief Little Priest, and so it was an oral story that was, of course, then written down. So that's one of the main reasons we wanted to put it out there. That is an oral tradition that we were able to capture, and we wanted to share that again. So if you missed it, it is in the current issue out in the newsstands right now or in your mailbox, and that is there. But there will be even more in the coming issue that will be published this coming Saturday.
Next subject here, if you guys can help me out, tribal elections.
Yes.
July 1st was the first day of notice and intent. That means if you're thinking about running for tribal council, that was your first day to put in your application. Now, there's 3 changes this year that were made to election code. One is that if you want to put $75 in your application in, or it's an application, right?
Yes, it
your
is.
notice of intent, I should say.
Yes.
It used to be $50, but now due to inflation or whatever, just the rise of costs and everything and stuff. So, but you can also do 75 signatures.
Yes, you can.
And if you're wondering like who can sign, if it's not somebody in Sioux City and stuff, they have to be on that final eligible voters list, which is posted on the tribe. It was printed in the Winnebago Indian News
And all over town.
Here's the second change of the election code is that in the primary elections, you can write in somebody.
Yes.
But on that last one,
The general.
you cannot write in.
Right.
All right. So that was kind of that's a change here. So again, help us get that word out and stuff. That's a kind of a huge change, because a lot of times people are like, all right, there's a lot of people in the primaries and stuff, blah, blah, blah. They kind of put it on the back burner.
Yep.
But you see what happens, man. We have to get out the vote, man.
Yes.
We have not only in our tribal elections, but in our national elections that we have, man.
Yes.
We have it's our voice.
Yes.
It is our voice and stuff. So, but yeah, $75 or 75 signatures. Primary elections you can write in, but general elections you cannot write in any candidate. Those that are posted for that are going to be your candidates, and there's going to be 6 of them. So coming down to it, the last day to submit, circle on this calendar, share it worldwide and everything, is going to be August 4th.
Yes.
Right after powwow. So I know we're busy.
Yep.
You have your holidays.
Yep.
You have the Wajoki Day right after homecoming celebration. You're getting ready for that and everything. And then all of a sudden it's August 4th and you're like, oh man, I forgot to submit. You know what I mean? So make sure you share that with your family.
That's right.
Your candidates and stuff. Brian, you have history of doing that and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, is there any encouragement or anything that you want to make mention of?
Just to follow up on what you're saying, guaranteed there is, if you are thinking about running for Winnebago Tribal Council and you are on the eligible voters list, do not wait until the end. It's no secret. Your name is going to be put out there, and it has to be, because the public has to be aware that you are vying for one of the available vacancies. So don't wait, because after the deadline and the close of business happens on that deadline date, that's it. There is no more. So if you're thinking about it, or somebody who is, tell them to get on the ball, because the people are just waiting to create the list. So don't wait. Don't wait.
The last thing they did too, they included more kind of like if you're a felon, if you committed like homicide, something like that.
Yeah.
The national, what is it called? The Crimes Act. If you've been convicted of a National Crimes Act, you're ineligible to. So that was added to the election code. Shout out to Tiffany, the CAO, and then also Tyresha that came over and explained that to us and stuff. So we want to repeat that, we want to amplify that, and we want to get that out. So Winnebago Tribal Elections last day of notice of intent is August 4th.
Yes.
The final eligible voters list is on the Winnebago Tribes. You go to the WinnebagoTribe.com and go to the election page. Good luck to all the candidates, and we look forward to hearing from them in their platform for this year.
That's right.
3 seats for 3 years.
Yes.
Man. Alrighty. What you got?
Exciting stuff. And so what I'm going to follow up with, I'm going to change the subject here, and I'm going to talk about an event that I seen taking place tomorrow. And so that's going to be with the WCHS, Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System.
Oh.
And so we have some music bingo that's going to be taking place.
Okay.
And so this is at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
happening over at the Blackhawk Community Center gym. And it's going to be playing bingo with a beat, music bingo, spot the songs, and win. Shout out to DJ Blue.
All families welcome. Prizes, food. How much does it cost to get in that?
I say it's free 99.
All you got to do is come on down here and shout out to Winnebago Public Health Department and Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System.
Yes.
We went and played musical bingo, remember?
We did, and we won.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
So kind of explain it. What?
So it was like through an app when we got there. We had to download the app. They gave us like the QR code. It was real user friendly. Download the app, sign in. I think we had to use an email to sign in or our phone number or something. But basically it syncs up to the host that's DJing, and he'll play a song. You have to either guess the title of the song or the artist, and it'll give you like multiple choice.
Yeah.
I believe that's how it went. You pick, who you think it is, and then if you have it, you get it correct, you get a spot on your bingo card, and then it's just getting a bingo with, your knowledge of songs. Name that tune.
Cool.
So we were going along, and what was it? The Africa song? Or
It was
something?
Africa by Toto.
We were like, what song is this? And then she's like, I know it. But the hardest one was when they did show tunes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're like, what is this? So we had to let them play for, I think they played like maybe 10, 15 seconds of it. And they're like, does anybody know it? And they're like, no, every time. And then it would be like, the one I think was Lion King.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was like Broadway kind of
Yeah.
tunes and stuff. And I didn't know. I was like, wow, I'm a DJ. I felt kind of self-conscious. You know what I mean? I was like,
One thing I'll add is that Africa by Toto, it was requested on, I think it was like a Friday when we were doing this. ARLs on Thursdays. Somebody requested it during ARL, so that's how I knew it.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, so shout out to that requester out there.
so that's going to be taking place tomorrow, huh?
Yep.
Just kind of FYI, the Winnebago Human Services Department scheduled that barbecue, but it's postponed. And they also had something scheduled for yesterday or today, actually, and that is also postponed and stuff. So prayers to they want to encourage their staff member. I know that one of their relatives passed away and stuff too. So prayers out to the relatives to the south, and the Human Services Department and stuff for their colleague. They're going to go support that person too. I want to make mention of that. Okay, here's one of the things too, is that I sent it to you, Bethany, if you can get it up here, but
Yep.
it's a friendly reminder. The Winnebago Enrollment Department would like to remind the tribal members to update their physical mailing address, and the upcoming clothing distribution dates are as follows.
Yes.
July 29th, it's a Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and July 30th, Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
And it's going to be down at the Blackhawk Community Center gym. So who's eligible for that? That is, you'll get a notification.
Yes, and we say this all the time, all throughout the year. Please keep the enrollment department updated on your contact information, because if you move or your relatives move, when they do a distribution like they are with the clothing allowances here, which is one of many things that the tribe does, very generously provide to the constituency, to the tribal membership, they need to know where you are. And so people are, I hate to say it that way, crying around that, I didn't get it. It's like, well, no one knew where you were. You moved 12 times last year. No, just kidding. But at the same time, keep them updated, because it helps them find you when a distribution occurs.
Yep. So the Winnebago children, enrolled Winnebago children.
Yep.
The closing distribution dates are July 29th and July 30th. And, if you have a kid that's enrolled and stuff, you want to make sure that you share this information. So if you have any questions, Winnebago Enrollment Department is located over there by DG, right? In that Ho Chunk Village
Yeah, in
Plaza?
HCI Village on that first street there in the first building.
Okay. And they have a number. It's 402-878-2028. Or you can email them at enrollment@winnebagotribe.com. And I monitor the tribe's Facebook page. We are getting some messages and stuff, like, when is it? And all this and that. So I know that there you have it. That's kind of breaking news and stuff. So appreciate the council for doing that. tax-free weekend is going to be that weekend.
Yes.
So you pick up your card on Tuesday, Wednesday, go shopping in the area around here, and it's going to be tax-free weekend. I believe, what is it, in Iowa or at the mall or something like that?
Yes. Well, all throughout Iowa for, clothing, and that's what it's for, school-age children, back to school, all that kind of stuff. But yes.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be after powwow. That's when you transition. People are going to go back to college. People are going to go back to school already.
I know, right? And I'm not hating on this one. I hate on the Christmas one, but the Halloween stuff is out. I don't hate on it. I don't. I don't know why it's different for me.
It lights up my world.
Yeah, but because it's like if they're putting out Christmas stuff in August, it's like, come on, But then the Halloween stuff, when I saw it, I was like, hey. So
let's go.
Let's
go.
Yeah. So
okay, we got.
Sorry,
the rant.
Jesus.
We got the rant.
I know, right?
Eventually, it's coming up. Yeah. So the enrollment department, thank you for all your hard work, and then the finance department that are going to be sitting down there, and they're going to be doing their thing and stuff. So, I'm excited for that. What else do we have? Just a reminder, Winnebago Tribe is closed on the Monday following the powwow.
Yes.
They call it Wajoki Day. So spend time. I want to say thank you to the committee. They've been meeting. They met last night, and Brian, me and you went out there for a couple meetings. Me as communications, you as physical resources director and stuff. But here's the thing, guys. As we go into that, there was a time where nobody really stepped up, and the council is like, oh well, who's gonna lead it and stuff. Well, the veterans, they stepped up a year, and then it was like part veterans, part committee, and it worked together and stuff. Now it's kind of like the veterans are in charge of their section, and then the committee is kind of running the contest portion, and then all the logistics from security all the way down to getting bottled water for the singers and dancers and stuff. I mean, that's something. Now, here is my mentality. Instead of like trying to complain about something, you know what I mean? Maybe just like, hey, Brian, maybe next year you guys could do this better and stuff, you know what I mean? Instead of just straight up cussing them out. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that get cussed out and stuff. And I can see it too, I mean, like, everybody's really passionate about their singing. Everybody's really passionate about their dancing, their veterans, all this and that and stuff too. But, harmoniously, when it comes to that circle, you felt the power this weekend.
Definitely.
And we'll kind of recap that, how the Red Sky MMIR powwow went in Sioux City and stuff. Big Voice provided the live stream and stuff too. But I just wanted to kind of send that service, that encouragement to the committee members. It's going to be a long 4 days. It's going to go by quick though. But at the same time, complaints and everything too can be handled. Let's try to do it in a different way, whereas opposed to just like hollering and screaming and things like that too. So that's something that I think that we as Winnebago people, we're very hospitable. You can see like the headman dancer, his family, they're doing like a $6,000 fancy dance special,
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you've seen this past weekend too, is like everybody did a giveaway, and it was just like, holy smokes, so, and that's a balance. You get some things as far as receiving some things, but you also have to give back.
Yeah.
And I remember Cassie, she came on the sports show?
Yep.
The show, and she mentioned, her young ones, they're making a name for themselves out there in the powwow circle.
Yes.
A lot of people are encouraging them to keep continuing on. They bring smiles, they kind of went viral and everything, but her son, his name is Baby Wombly. He's going to have a special at the homecoming celebration to give back to the circle.
Right.
Yes.
And that's great teachings and stuff too. So just kind of want to make mention of that. Bethany?
Well, to follow up with what you're talking about with our homecoming celebration, I wanted to show a few things here. If you're on Facebook, you can follow the Facebook page. It's Winnebago Homecoming Celebration.
Oh, yeah.
You can see some of those flyers that they have on there. So we have the Battle of the Bustles, some good prize money in there.
Yeah,
we
Little
have
Priest Tribal College does that every year.
Yes. We have our Virginia Snake Boomin' Outgoing Miss Winnebago. And that is going to be a women's 18 plus 4-star special traditional jingle hat and boot and fancy shawl. I'm excited to see that. I got to see the hat and boot over this past weekend. It was nice. And then Diami Barrage men's fancy dance special. And that is going to be the head man dancer, $6,000 in prize money.
Yeah, and I do
Battle in the
believe the
402.
head woman is also doing hers as well. I think it was in all ages. So it was literally going to be tiny tots to golden age.
Wow.
She had a
Yep,
poster.
there it is right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Miss Kara Wolf, head lady dancer, all ages applique special. Awesome.
Just to recap last year when they had Thursday's Iron Woman contest.
That
You
was
remember
amazing. Yeah, it set the tone, just boom. And so I believe Virginia put that on, didn't she?
Who was it? Man.
I thought it was her, as she was honoring some. I'm sorry if I'm mistaking that, but she was honoring something. And
I believe you're correct.
Yeah, and anyway,
Was it
that-
her graduating college, I believe?
think so, but whatever. But anyway, she had the Iron Woman contest Thursday evening session. Wow, it just rocked the entire arena. Everyone was into it, of course. Andy was the winner, and then of course Brittany was the runner-up, and all the other ladies that were out there. No shade to all of them, because any kind of Iron Man, Iron Woman, you guys have my respect. Oh my gosh. And plus, it really wasn't crazy hot, but it's like when you're getting into 20, 30, 40 minutes, like
Yeah.
OMG. And I liked it because she did it, you have to scrub.
Yep.
Because it's like no Gaga step, none of that. Because I've seen those. I'm like, that's not fair. It's
Yeah.
not the girls that are actually scrubbing, the girls that are actually, when it's like, so I'm glad she did it that way too.
I'm excited to watch both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, some activities that take place during Bagel Powwow. They have their softball tournament. They did announce that. You could see that on the Winnebago Homecoming Celebration page, but also on Whirling Thunder Wellness Program. They have a Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
If you want more information, you can contact Pilar Miller, 402-922-1905. They'll have that the 25th through the 27th. The deadline, you have 2 more days before the deadline to get registered. And so again, you can reach out to Pilar Miller or the Whirling Thunder Wellness Program page. And then that'll be at the Land of Wellness Complex.
Yes.
And then also every year they have the Wilderness Walk Run.
Yes.
The Winnebago Powwow Wilderness Walk Run. 1 mile fun walk, 5K walk run, 7-mile challenge. July 26th at Veterans Memorial Park. Let's see here. Registration. The race will start at 8 a.m. And then all ages are welcome. You have to scan to sign up. You have to get signed up. You can contact them at 402-745-3955. I believe that's sponsored by Ho Chunk Incorporated.
It's also, Whirling Thunder Wellness through 12 Plans Unity Hospital, WCHS. They're the ones who, always host it and put it
Yes.
on. And it's been going on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we go back into the old issues, and we also, like I was talking earlier about the 1988 issue, it's featured in there as well. So, it didn't start in 88. It was even
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
So the people have been coming down, participating in the walk run. And I like it because it's even grown, because people that are not necessarily coming to the powwow, which is fine, that's cool. They participate in that because the walk run community, they'll travel for that.
Right.
And Winnebago is definitely one of those stops along their path. So it's a good thing, a good thing.
Nice,
And if you
nice.
haven't had a chance to do it, do it. It really sets the day.
Yeah.
It's nice. It kind of gets you awake.
Yeah, good way to start your day.
Yeah, when you're kind of groggy at flag raising, but then you can do the walk run. Okay, I'm up. So.
Here's what I know of the history. I've been kind of opening myself up, and I challenged myself. I don't know where I got the idea and stuff, but I'm doing a countdown on my personal page, my Facebook page. It's Onipa Coons and stuff, but it's so I started out with 15. I got 15 stories, right? And they're not all set, but I'll get into the veteran stories and things like that I know of. And this is my personal experience and
Yeah.
stuff too. So I started out, Stony Park was number 15. They had the loudest PA system ever. I mean, it was, I remember my Jaji Hana boy talking about it, and he's like, I actually had to go over there and tell him to turn it down. So loud. But here's the thing, man, they sounded so great because they were amplified.
Sure.
It was kind of like, the history of Muddy Waters and stuff. He amplified the guitar, and blues was born, and blues had a baby, and that was rock and roll, and where's rock and roll today? Anyways, so I shared that one story, and then there was some other stories and
The one
stuff
you
too.
did with Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Because he replied to it.
Yeah, so if you have an opportunity, go check it out. It's public and stuff.
It was
but
good, though. It was good.
And everybody has a story. You know what I mean? Like, you have stories and stuff. So I want to encourage people to leave in social media and everything too, is that we don't have time to sit down and just, hey, you remember that time and all this and that. Here's what I was getting at. I seen a poster, and it was, I want to say it was the 100th annual. And you talk about the days, what would be 100 years ago, like 19 something?
1976 or 70, somewhere right in there. 74?
And what did they call that? The centennial?
Centennial. Yeah.
Centennial, yeah. They went for 2 weeks. The powwow.
I know
You know what I mean?
It would have been 66.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
And like one day they had a race, and then the next day they had a horse race. So the celebration wasn't just powwow, contest power and stuff like that.
It was days long.
It was, then they had like a softball, all this and that and stuff, Then they had the powwow dancing and stuff, They said some of them, each night would be a competition dancing powwow.
Yeah.
It was crazy and stuff, you know what I mean? But we went for 2 weeks, and that's a celebration and stuff too. So I think that in powwow country, people are used to having or a lot of powwows. The contest starts at 7:00 on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, ours starts at 1. Just so all the dancers and singers that are listening and stuff, just so kind of call it the He-Man powwow, the Super powwow and stuff. There used to be a time back in the 90s and stuff. Points would start on Thursday.
Yeah.
They would require you to dance all 4 days, every song, and if you weren't out there, they were taking your number and all this and that and stuff. Now it's kind of like they got so many categories and everything. I've seen some powwows and stuff, shout out to the committees and everything to putting it together. And I think a lot of the dancers enjoy it and stuff, but it was just like, okay, go. You know what I mean? I was like, holy smokes. You know what I mean? Like, can we kind of share a story or back up a little bit? You know what I mean? It's a good sight to see and stuff, but they're just like, all right, next category. Take off, song ends. All right, next category, take off. And it's like, yikes,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So as you transition, the competition brings out the best, and you're going to get the best of the best here at the Winnebago Homecoming Celebration. But just so you know, I remember some of my relatives from South Dakota, they're like, what is the snake dance? We never been to a powwow where you guys do the snake dance, or what is the bean dance, and what are the swan dance, the fish dance and stuff. Those make our powwow. Yeah. It's something in the celebrations and stuff. I don't know. I just wanted to share that story. Here we go. Anything else on that?
No, it's good though, because I agree. Like, it's really nice to sit back and whenever they start telling stories or sharing like good words and stuff, like sometimes you could take a good feeling from that, or you resonate with something that's said, or. So I agree. It's good to have those moments in there.
Okay, we're going to talk about Red Sky here. Coming up, real quick. Attention drivers, please drive safe. Road work from the Nebraska Department of Transportation between Winnebago and Macy is taking place. This road work will continue until the fall of 2025. You know what I mean? So
and very much needed. If you're ever on that road in between Winnebago and Macy, especially after the top of Hatchet Hill going south, whoever did that the first time needs to be slapped in the head. It's like, oh, that is the roughest part of pavement I have ever been on, and it's paved.
Yeah.
There's dirt roads that are smoother than that. So.
Oh my goodness, man!
I
seriously, that one time I called the PD. Yeah. And I was like, man, you got a hole up here. It's a crater.
Yes. Yes.
Like my car fell in the crater.
And then the unevenness and everything. It's like, wow, who did this? It's like, but anyway, if it's being redone, I know it's a pain in the butt, but it's got to be. Oh my gosh, talk about a necessity.
If you have an opportunity, just make sure you drive safe, especially coming down that hill and everything. If it's going to be a one-way, those semis, they need brake time, guys. You know what I mean? So just
don't be like the pony and pull out in front of them.
Right. That was
Bethany's red.
Anyways, so
we got to tie it all in.
Public service announcement. Julie, Auntie Julie had a PSA about tornadoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So last week we had a series of messages coming from her.
And with that, I'll put on my physical resources hat. The department, through Julie's efforts as well, we are going to be going into the community, helping individual households create a plan on what to do if there ever is a tornado. Because you guys have to ask yourselves that. Do you know what you're going to do? Do your kids and your family, do they? Yeah, so stand outside and look at it. No.
Yep.
Hopefully that never is used. I swear to God. Hopefully that we never, ever have to use it. And I really mean that. But at the same time, you got to have something ready and something aware. And so we're going to be doing the community outreach in that effort. So if you don't have a plan, start thinking of one, because you never know.
It's scary stuff, man.
Yeah.
I was watching documentaries and everything, and those guys say it sounds like a train coming. One time, it was a tornado warning in Rosalie, and my kids, as a parent, that's a big fear. It's like, oh my goodness, we have a basement.
Yeah.
But I remember it's like, is it over yet? Is it over? So we were watching TV and everything too. And the alarms, and that's the scary part. So my kids were freaking out. I go upstairs and I'm like, I do not want to hear the sound of a train coming and stuff, but it was a line, and it came by, it took, 3 minutes. It was like a big gust, and it was so weird. But that fear, you know what I mean? Like if you have an opportunity, so preparedness is what we want to get out to the people.
Yes.
Yep. Just be ready.
What you got?
Well, I'll add on to that and say when I was a little girl, I seen a tornado out in Salone. My auntie used to live out there, and she lived right next to Browns Lake. I think I told you guys the story before, but I seen one of those, the ones that form over the water.
Yeah.
Dang.
And we were getting ready to go into the cellar. I was just a little girl. It scarred me. I'm older now to where it doesn't bother me anymore, but I went through a very long period in my life where I was like terrified of like those big, huge clouds that kind of like looked kind of like they would be forming into a tornado and stuff. But yeah, it can cause kind of some panic there. So preparedness.
Yes. So talking about Mother Nature and the area that we live on, the Red Sky Nation had something, and then also I seen that Environmental Protection Department that we have, EPD, they put out a post. They also have a new Facebook page, and go ahead, Bethany, I'll let you handle that one.
Okay, so I do have that displayed here for our viewers out there. If you are on Facebook, you can give them a follow. They have Winnebago Tribe Environmental Protection Department. But we have here, they are calling for the public out there to keep an eye out, and they have this here, an announcement about the Woodbury County Public Hearings, nuclear rezoning. The Woodbury County Board of Supervisors are holding a series of public hearings in reference to zoning ordinance text amendments related to nuclear energy facilities, nuclear waste storage, and related uses. They want to encourage all tribal members of the Big Voice to give their public comment in person, email, or letter to express how this will impact their families and tribal community. This will take place on Tuesday, July 22nd at 4:40 p.m. Again on Tuesday, July 29th at 4:40 p.m. and then Tuesday, August 5th at 4:40. This will happen up in Sioux City, Iowa at the Woodbury County Courthouse. The address is 620 Douglas Street, room 104, and that is up in Sioux City, Iowa. Please note that meetings are held in the basement floor of the Woodbury County Courthouse. Please arrive early, remain respectful, and keep your public comments to 3 minutes. Tribal members can also utilize email or written letter. The sooner the better, so all public comments can be documented. You can reach out by phone 712-279-6525 or email kjames@woodburycountyoiowa.org. And also, if you can please help us share this by informing the community and sharing the social media post today, you can find the Facebook page Winnebago Tribe Environmental Protection Department.
All right, there you have it, folks. So July 22nd, that's next week.
Yeah.
And
the following Tuesday.
Share that far and wide, folks. The nuclear.
Yes.
Wow, that's
nuclear rezoning.
That's just a scary word, you know what I mean? But we have to take care of Mother Earth. We're stewards. We believe that, and at times too, there's things that if you never offered your opinion and stuff, because we're downstream of Woodbury County, and just imagine. So we encourage everybody to help us out, get that word out.
Definitely. And so we also touched on Red Sky Nation, so I'll talk about that. You can actually go to redskynation.org and you can view more information about the organization. And they are a nonprofit. You could see all of their awesome work that they do. And one thing that I would like to mention is if you missed out over the weekend for the homecoming, my bad. We were talking about homecoming celebration, pal. But for the 4th annual Red Sky Nation Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Intertribal Contest powwow, we have a replay that you could go and check out. It's on demand on our YouTube channel, KWTN, The Big Voice. And so without justice, there is no healing. The mission of the Red Sky Nation is to uplift, advocate, and raise awareness of the missing and murdered Indigenous relatives crisis while working through a healing justice framework and providing a cultural safe space for those who have been negatively impacted. In order to do that, they must address the deeply rooted political, socioeconomic, and environmental issues that continue to drive structural racism on Turtle Island. There's so much information included, and I really think that, anybody out there that, maybe they're unaware or they don't know too much about missing and murdered Indigenous relatives, not just in our surrounding area, but nationwide. You can definitely find resources on redskynation.org. And I, for one, just on my personal, every time, my bad. My personal word that I want to add in there is that I think that this is, it's something that's really awesome to be able to take part in and to be able to document that. The thing that I wanted to mention with the MMIR is, and is not to take it and put it in a sense of making it about myself, but I have shared with Garan before, I have lost a relative to violence, and it's just something that you learn to deal with your grief, and there's all these different things, and community is something that really helps strengthen somebody that's going through grief. And maybe there are families out there that have not gotten answers yet, and a lot of minority cases get swept under the rug and they get overlooked or whatever the case may be. And it's a huge crisis that this really sheds a spotlight on and puts it at the forefront. So it's a good event that I'm so glad that we got to take part in and help document and
it's
put
a
on
healing
YouTube. Yes.
It's a healing awareness event.
Yes.
And I was managing, I had a couple shows up in Sioux Falls, and then we had to go down to Fremont. We had a Many Moxon show and stuff. But so I was waving at you guys as I cruised by, you know what I mean? It's like I was on the I-29 the whole time and stuff. But
when you said that, I didn't know what you meant. I was like, what is he talking about?
and it's like, hey, hope you guys are doing. Anyway, so I got to tune in. And it usually I'm involved in the powwows, whether it be committee member or MC, or then I really enjoy producing and kind of doing some camera operations and stuff. Last year, I was working the camera during the chicken dance special. That was really cool, So just anything that we can bring to you guys, especially our mission is to bring the elders or those relatives that are far away that cannot come back home for any of these live streams, is to produce the best thing. And you have the same mission, Bethany, is that mission and stuff, because we don't have ESPN, we don't have ABC and all those guys backing us and stuff. And in fact, it's kind of like a fight. They just really want to cover poverty, the bad side of Indians and all this and that, the issues and stuff. There's a lot of positivity, man, and there's a whole other side of healing. I met a guy in central Nebraska, and he was over 60 in central Nebraska and did not know anything. 60 years on this life, he did not know anything about about natives, about American Indians, about Winnebagos, all this and that and stuff, and I said, well, you know some Indian words. He's like, no, I don't. I said, yes, you do. And he's like, well, what words do I know? What words do I know? I was like, where do you live? He said, Nebraska. There you go. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, come on, man. So he was just shocked. He was like, oh. And this might be button might be getting ready here and stuff, but nonetheless, here let's back down. Okay.
No, it's good though. Nah. You were able to bring someone to school that day and teach them the real history. We need more of that and stuff too. And then on the flip side, there's a lot of relatives out there that need help.
Here's what I observed. When I went to Sioux Falls, there was a lot of people on the streets that were native.
Yeah.
And I see up there by that, you cross that bridge, and there's kind of I don't know what they call it. the panhandling section and stuff, people, and a lot of times they're native as well. So we have relatives. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here on a pedestal or anything like that because I'm just right there and stuff, it's just like they just need help.
Yeah.
And they probably went through something and everything too. So together, there's that healing process. And I encourage everybody, get around that drum. And, whether it's the small drum from Native American church or it's the big drum, that's healing for the soul and stuff. So I want to get your perspective, DJ Bethani, of what you thought of this year's 4th annual MMIR Red Sky Nation Powwow.
Well, I thought that it was very eventful. I think like each year we've been able to help live stream since the 2nd annual. And so every year it's gotten bigger. There's more helping hands that take part. It's really awesome to see all the sponsorships that they're able to rally together and, get in collaboration with all these different businesses and organizations and, surrounding tribal communities and all of that. And so one thing that I really thought was really awesome is that they took the time out to like explain things. And that's kind of what I was getting at with some of the words that were shared and like the history on why they started the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Powwow, how there's, and not to specifically say it about the MMIR powwow, but just in general, you'll hear of different opinions that are stated where, you don't, it's kind of what you guys are talking about with how Cassie is doing the special with her little guy to give back to the circle. It's not always about just competing or for the money, but to find that healing in it and to give back to the circle and to bring families together and just all the good stuff that comes with that in that way. And so being able to hear those different stories, and then they talked about the verdict that was brought with Terry McCauley, Omaha tribal member, and the family with Terry McCauley. They talked about how the guy that was responsible for that was sentenced and I believe will not be released at all. And so, justice was served that day. And so along with the family of Marlon White Eyes, and not to just mention those two family names, but just in general, like, families that do get justice for their family member and those that do not, but in there's that balance. And so seeing all the families come out, give back, words were said, and then even one of our very own Winnebago tribal members, Marilyn Purcell, I believe that is Keely Purcell's girl, and Anthony spoke on their behalf, and he said some good words as well. So just hearing the words that are shared throughout those giveaways and when the families are out there, and I thought it was really awesome, and being able to work with my crew. So shout out to Kevin, Jordana, Sinya, also Bubby, and Kyrie. I'm sorry, Kevin, but Kyrie, his little girl. They were really helpful as well. And my little guy Frank, he was able to come help us too. So shout out to Josh, Trisha, Melissa. I don't know all of the committee, the powwow committee's names, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but just everybody that has a hand in helping bring that event together and make it successful, and everybody that thought of those out there that were dancing, and just, it was really awesome. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that recap there, Bethani, and you did a fantastic job. I seen that there was a lot of people that tuned in, and thanked the big voice for providing that platform. So we want to say thank you to our leadership, and then also the crew for all their hard work and everything too that did that. And we're looking forward to continuing that healing process, that powwow, as we go forward. We do have now. Here's I want to preface this. We do have 2 missing teens, all right, and that went missing in Omaha. And me, Brian, and Bethani, is like, I always have these outlandish ideas and stuff. I don't know, I'm just but here's the follow through is that I was like, man, at this powwow celebration and stuff, if there's 2 missing teens, and I know that they went missing before, but I'm starting to get worried. I checked with the Human Services Department today, and they're still missing. Okay, they're still missing. So if you have an opportunity, we need to reach. Somebody knows something. Yeah. And somebody knows where these 2 are. There's a story with it. They just, we those don't vanish and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even though there's high numbers of that happening and stuff, there's always a story behind it, and then there's trails and stuff. So if you have an opportunity, man. Like, if there's 170,000 people up in Sioux City area that might be listening to us. There's probably 4 or 5 that are on Facebook, on YouTube and stuff. It's a certain demographic. So if you're like 40 or 50 or maybe just a female or male that are watching, we have our dedicated watchers and stuff, but we need to hit that age group, those younger people.
Yeah.
So how do they do that? Maybe they can share this information. So we have 2 missing teens. Do you have those?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
So the first one that we'll bring up here, I have Sabrina Big Eagle. And so 16 years of age. She is a female Native American, brown eyes, black hair. She's 5'1", 120 pounds. If she was last seen on July 6, 2025, if you have any information about, you can please contact the Omaha Police Department at 402-444-4600.
Or you can contact the Winnebago PD, and they'll get in contact with the Human Services Department. For sure. Keep going.
And then the other missing poster that I want to bring up here is going to be for Acacia Lopez, 15 years of age, a female Native American, brown eyes, brown hair, 5'5", and she's 130 pounds. She was last wearing a black bodysuit with black pajama pants with pink, yellow, and black cartoon print. She was last seen at 7189 North 80th Court in Omaha, Nebraska at 5:30 p.m. Last seen on July 3rd, 2025. And also with Acacia, you can contact the Omaha Police Department 402-444-4600, or the Winnebago Tribe Police Department, which is 402-878. You guys know it? Yeah, my bad.
2245.
2245.
Yeah, sorry.
The answer is no. That's right. Yes. But okay, so let's get serious here. Here's the thing. It's like if they see this, no questions asked, guys. All right. The main thing that we want to emphasize is that these are found. These 2 ladies are found, and then also there's other missing teens. There's other missing adults. If you know something, again, there's no questions asked. As communications director, I tell my team, as soon as they're found, take their picture down. Okay, they're found safe and everything, because that healing process has to take place. But I'm seriously, man, like that July 3rd, and then July 6th, and today's July 15th.
Yeah.
So they've been. I don't know. Are they in the park? You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of keeping me up here. Is so if you know something, see something, say something.
Yes.
All right. And again, from us, whatever is going on, you know what I mean? You can talk to DJ Bethani. Music's healing. You have that show called All Requests Live, and people do that. They do, and you can talk to us and stuff. Like if there's something that is taking place, you know what I mean? And we can get you help, guys. We love you. You know what I mean? Like let's that's what we need to do is no questions asked. Let's make sure that you're found safe. Let's do it. I know that around here a lot of people do that, and I see some comments and stuff, again, whatever and stuff, but no questions asked from us at the Big Voice, the communications department. Let's get them found. Let's do it together, and we got to do it together.
And then the part where you're talking with no questions asked, because like maybe, whether or not there's immediate danger or what, we don't know. But it's just like that worry of whether they're safe or not. But, let's just say, for instance, not these 2 specific teens, but a teen out there, they're not in trouble, they're not in danger, but they ran away or something in that instance. And then a missing flyer is put out, and they're afraid to go home because they're scared, or they're going to get in trouble, or the consequences that will come from that. Maybe they're afraid of that, or whatever the case may be. So it's just making sure that they feel heard, seen, and they feel safe, and that kind of thing. So it's good that you included the no questions asked, because it's hard to say. But
yeah. And we want to say and appreciate, thank you to everybody that did it. I think like the one post that we put on the tribe's Facebook page had over 500 shares. A lot of people are concerned and stuff, and again, they're not casting judgment or anything like that. The main thing that right now they're in that worried phase of just getting them back, and let's get them found. You know what I mean? And hopefully we can put up that one that says found safe.
Yeah.
That's all the information that we need, and the healing process will begin and everything too. So if you have a missing person or anything like that, you're worried about somebody, just let us know. Again, here at the Big Voice, that's one of the things we have, tools that we can do. And you that are listening out there, you have a tool to share. You have a tool to reach the younger demographic that might know, because they're in that social media realm. They have their Snapchat, they got their IGs, they got all these kind of things, TikToks and everything too, that they can amplify this missing message. Alrighty, guys. So just wanted to put that, and appreciate you guys listening to my concerns about that. So, and then also to you, DJ Bethani, for sharing your thoughts on that too. Kind of re-emphasizing
just
all this and that.
to add into there, and it kind of goes with what we were talking about with the crisis with the missing and murdered Indigenous relatives. But on the Red Sky Nation website, in there, there's talk about the history of the powwow, and they have, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, 4 out of 5 Native American women have experienced violence within their lifetime. Over half of Native American women will have experienced sexual assault, rape, and or stalking. Native American men are more likely to experience intimate partner violence through emotional/psychological abuse. And there is the Center for Relationship Abuse Awareness states that 78% to 85% of Two-Spirit relatives, members of the LGBTQIA2S plus community, experience gender-based violence, including sexual and physical assault. Our Native children are impressionable at such a young age, which makes them more susceptible to sex trafficking via online gaming and or social media. It's nothing new nor surprising when we look at the course of the treatment of Native peoples historically. This public health crisis has been ongoing. And so, yeah.
Yes.
Just wanted to add that in there.
Okay. Thank you for that recap. And again, Red Sky Nation Powwow, if you want to go back there, it's on demand on our YouTube page.
Yes.
All righty. Okay, so we are going to transition. I'm kind of in the mood. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm kind of in the mood. Are we going to start with the rant of the day? Or are we going to do the joke of the day? Which one do we want to see? Then we got the answer is, right?
Let's go into that rant, then we'll keep it light with that joke.
Okay, so I just get my sound effects and my sound enhancers. So here's our joke of the day one. So we're getting that one queued up, and then here's our rant of the day sound effects. All righty. So you got one?
Do I have a rant?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's go.
I have such terrible road rage, and this is still in the same realm, guys. When you're at a stoplight,
yes,
and there's a line of cars, and somebody is at the beginning on their phone when the light turns green, hit that horn, Garan.
Yeah.
Go! Yes.
And I got you, man. I got you.
So anyway,
that was a great one.
Yes.
That was a great one. You got one, DJ Bethani. Rant of the day. What do you got?
Come back
for
to me.
Okay. All righty. So it's my turn. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here's my rant of the day. Okay, is that go back to the social media. I already did it before. All right, but here is like I'm starting to become, on that later stage of life. We go to eat at Olive Garden, right? I mean, nice place and stuff, and I like Olive Garden. I just enjoy it and stuff.
Pasta.
I look over to the family, and they must have just got out of church or whatever and stuff. Every single one of them have the brand in their hand. They're all phone face, man. Yeah. I'm just like, dang, And then, so I catch ourselves, because we do it too. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us are guilty of that and stuff. So you get a text and you're in mid-conversation and stuff, and then all of a sudden you have to pull out your phone, and then it's kind of like loses the essence of the conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh man, this time I was in the big voice and all this and that, and then I was like, oh, you missed the punchline. No, you missed the main point of the and then they're like, what? I don't know. So phones at dinner is my rant. Yes. Sorry, guys. I mean, Next time we go out, I mean,
Slap the phone out of your
yes,
hand.
airplane mode.
Oh
No,
my
I'm just
gosh.
playing. All right, what you got, DJ Betsy?
So mine's gonna go. It's more so coming from this weekend.
Okay.
And so we did have an instance, and it does it happens. It's not just this specific event either. It's just it does happen where someone bumps into someone gets bumped, someone gets hit, someone gets unplugged. No matter what the case may be. But if you see a long line that's just like waist height,
Yeah.
don't try to jump over it.
Ooh.
Do
Okay.
not try to jump over it.
Oh my god.
Somebody did that and unplugged the sound. We lost sound.
What?
We talked though, so shouts to him. He's all right.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's just
I know what you mean,
Yeah,
Betsy.
I'm like-
Because in the DJ days, what are you doing? And then also
Yes.
back to the movie House Party. Chill!
Oh, yeah.
Chill! What? We'll play something I can dance to. And then they do it again. But I know what you mean. It's like, oh my gosh, do you see this? And it's like, just go around. Just go around. And then even when you watch it in progress, just go around. And then, oh yeah, so, oh my gosh, she hit a nerve there.
definitely. Yep. I was sitting there and like, you guys ever see that meme of Arthur, that old cartoon, when he has his fist like that? When they're in the beginning, he's walking.
Yes.
That's me.
And it just seems like, I mean, the young ones are innocent, right? I mean, but there's,
The older people.
yeah, like we got a little painting going on and stuff, and they just gravitate towards it or whatever and stuff. I know we were at the Powell grounds the other day and stuff, and they were doing some work on the landing.
Yes.
They were trying to put some resin down
Yeah.
and stuff, and
And they did, by the way, so. Yes.
yeah, the kids just kind of gravitated towards it. I was like, oh, you know,
I gotta make sure my footprint's in here.
Right. So, yeah.
Okay, we have the joke of the day. I got one.
Okay.
I got one. Okay, so this is there's a backstory to this one. Okay, mind me here. I get a FaceTime message yesterday from my son Garrix, who is 7 years old, right?
Okay.
And usually it's like, Dad, when are you coming home? Dad, I'm hungry. Dad, you know. So I thought it was gonna be one of those nagging calls and stuff. So he gets on the FaceTime. So he's sitting there and he goes, "Hey, Dad." I was like, "What, Garrix?" And he goes, "Can I tell you a joke?" So kind of caught me off guard. You know what I mean? It's the first time he said that. I was like, "Sure." And here's the joke, and it's so cute and stuff. But he says, "What do you call a alligator that wears a vest?" And I was like, "What? Oh, alligator that wears a vest?" And I was like, "I don't know what, Garrix." He said, "An investigator." And then he hangs up. Like,
He's like, I got him.
yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one, yes, it is.
So I'm gonna have to use that one, man. I was like my 7-year-old kid, man. I don't know, it's crazy, but that's my joke of the day.
I don't think I can top that one, Garrix.
That's
All right, we got. You guys ready?
okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me go into my little slide. Oh, wait, we don't have a slide no more. My bad. That's the joke. No, just kidding. All right. What do you call an average radio?
Oh, an average radio?
An average radio.
Low watt. No, I don't know. What?
No, I don't know.
Stereotypical.
Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. There you go.
One more. One more.
I want to name a new production company that. Because if you never saw it, Chelsea Handler's production company for a TV show, Borderline Amazing.
There you go.
Okay. Wait, that one's not that funny. Hold on. Why do radios make great friends?
Because they listen, or I don't know. Why?
What was he gonna say?
I was gonna say because they listen, but they don't listen. Yeah, anyways.
Because they always listen without interrupting.
Oh, got it. Clicked. It clicked.
I thought you were going to say that. Why does your cell phone make a good friend? Because it's always listening.
I know, right?
How do radios say goodbye?
Sign off? I don't know.
Is it?
They wave.
They wait.
All right.
Okay. To close that.
Okay, folks, we're going to transition here, and DJ Bethany and me are going to battle it out here.
Okay.
There's Battle of the
We're gonna
Bustles on Saturday night. We're going to arm wrestle. No, but Battle of the Bustles on Saturday night, homecoming celebration. But we're going to battle here for the answer is. Let's go.
right. So guaranteed you're up first?
I am up first.
It was very exciting music. It really was. Whoever composed that stuff for them,
Right?
he did it.
That's
great.
crazy.
They did a great job. Okay, so there are 3 questions with multiple choice and 2 you just have to know.
Okay.
Okay, so the
Okay.
first one is multiple choice.
All right. Question number 1.
Yep. Over the weekend, the Wimbledon Championships were held, crowning the top tennis players from around the world.
Okay.
In the men's singles, Yannick Sinner topped Carlos Alcaraz. From which country was the champion from?
Multiple choice.
Germany, Italy, France, Finland.
He was from France.
From France?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Question number 2, you have to know outright. Marking another first for the tournament, Wimbledon, what happened for the first time at the Wimbledon Championships?
Oh man, I don't know. I thought I seen a reel on this or something like that, but it was like the circle is completed or something like that. Whatever that means.
Okay. Is that your answer?
Yeah, I totally biffed that one. But go ahead.
No? All right. Second one is also you have to know. Who was the month of July named for?
Who was it named for?
Yeah.
You have to know it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
The month
here.
of July. Who was the month of July named for?
like out of like King George or something like that. Is that what you mean, or like
Whatever you want to say. Who was it named for?
who was it named for? The month of
The
July.
month of July.
July. Man. Dang. It was named for America.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Question number 4, then back to multiple choice. What does chock-a-block mean?
Okay, just
Multiple choice.
chock-a-block.
Chock-a-block.
It's like you know how Commods we get the block of cheese. It's a block of chocolate, right?
Do you want the multiple choice?
Sure.
Okay.
Man.
Does it mean overflowing? Does it mean well kept? Does it mean late night? Or does it mean bright and shiny? Chock-a-block, overflowing, well kept, very late, bright and shiny.
I'll just go probably very late.
Okay, letter C.
Man, I need some help today, guys.
No worries there then.
My
Also,
goodness.
Question 5, multiple choice. What would you be studying if you saw arches, whorls, and loops? Multiple choice if you need it.
Yes.
Would you be studying brain cells, fingerprints, eggs, Gothic architecture?
Okay, so, what was the question again?
What would you be studying
Yeah.
if you saw arches, whorls, and loops? Would you be
I'll
studying
go with that last one.
Gothic architecture?
Yeah,
Letter D. All right. So there it is.
Man, that was tough, Brian. Holy
Yes,
smokes.
we dug in.
You went to the Harvard The Answer Is edition today, man. But nonetheless, folks, if you have an opportunity, make sure you subscribe to or follow the Winnebago Facebook page. If you go Winnebago-The Big Voice, you'll see our Facebook page. We repost a lot of the information, events coming up, things like that. But we'd like to connect. And also, we need some help, folks, if you guys can share that. We're kind of on a mission to up our subscriber list on YouTube as well as on
Yes.
Facebook, because we'll be doing that homecoming celebration. So if you know any relatives that would like to tune in for the 4 days, make sure you do that, because the live stream action is coming your way. So subscribe, smash that follow button. Is that what they say? Or subscribe button? Is that what?
Smash that subscriber button.
I tell you what, I killed it today. Seriously.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Man.
All right, DJ Bethany, are you ready?
I ready?
So of the 5 questions, 3 of them are multiple choice. 2 you have to just know.
Whoops, sorry, my bad.
You have to just know outright. Okay? I love that. All right. Question number 1. Over the weekend, the Wimbledon Championships were held, crowning the top tennis players from around the world. In the men's singles, Yannick Sinner topped Carlos Alcaraz. From which country was the champion from? Multiple choice if you need it.
Multiple choice, please.
Was he from Germany, Italy, France, or Finland? Germany, Italy, France, Finland. Where is the Wimbledon champion from?
Italy.
Letter B?
Yeah.
Okay, final answer?
Yes.
All right, and you are correct. He's from Italy.
Man.
Yes.
That
Yannick
was-
Sinner is the first Italian champion in the open era of the Wimbledon Championships. Okay.
They played that song for him too.
So question number 2 then is you have to just know it outright.
Okay.
No multiple choice. Marking another first for the tournament, what happened for the first time at the Wimbledon Championships? For the first time in the history of the match, what happened?
Man.
I don't even know none of the terms.
Are you a tennis fan? Are you tennis?
I like to watch.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. For the first time ever, this happened.
Yeah. I used to be a really big fan back in the 90s. I
Really?
loved, Andre Agassi, of course, Martina Navratilova, Monica Seles, that era, Pete Sampras.
Let's see. They, for the first time ever, they when they went to serve, they got a point.
Okay, so service.
Yeah.
The answer is actually, for the first time ever, there were no human linesmen. It was conducted via computer technology. Whether the ball was in or out, because the boys that stand on the end. Ow!
Yeah.
There weren't humans. It was done by a computer.
Wow.
Yes. So first
Dang.
time
I think
ever.
of the old Wii. Whenever we used to
Yeah,
play.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, right. So that is what the answer was. Okay. So
So I said something about the circle, right?
yes.
So the Minnesota Twins, and they had a history. So I'll probably put this back on you. What did they do this weekend? Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Yeah, I'll find that out. Keep going. Question.
Okay. So then question number 3 is also another that you just have to know outright.
Okay.
Who was the month of July named for?
July. Start singing.
Today, of course, is July the, what is it, 15th?
Yes.
Yep. Who was the month of July named for?
It was named for a liar. Why did you lie?
There you go. That's better than my
Very
answer.
intuitive, yes. Guaranteed answered America, which is not correct.
America.
And yours was a liar, and I like that. But the answer is Julius Caesar.
Oh,
Really?
Yes. In the Julian calendar, July, and then the month was named for Julius Caesar.
Almost.
Okay. So,
I was close.
I was close.
yes. All right. So question 4 does have multiple choice if you need it. All right. So clear your mind.
Okay.
What does chock-a-block mean? Multiple choice if you need it.
I take the multiple
Chock-a-block.
choice.
Okay. Does it mean overflowing, well kept, very late, bright and shiny?
Say it again.
Chock-a-block, overflowing, well kept, very late, bright and shiny.
Overflowing.
Letter A?
Yeah.
And you are correct.
Oh,
yes,
what?
chock-a-block. So you can
think of the
add
block.
that to your vocabulary. So
Yes.
if there's a cup or a bowl or whatever, toy box overflowing, it's chock-a-block.
What? How did you come up with this question, though?
Because I was researching some vocabulary words and there it was.
Okay, so how do you spell that?
Chockablock.
How it sounds?
Yeah, chock-a-block.
Chock-a-block.
Yep.
I like when words are spelled how they sound.
Yeah.
So like if I'm pouring Kool-Aid,
Yep.
right, and then I tell my kids to make sure it don't chock-a-block, they're gonna be like, "What? Is that? How would you say
exactly.
it in a sentence?
Yes,
Say it in a
exactly
sentence.
that.
No.
It means overflowing. So
Initially, I thought what you were going. I thought it was like I thought it was like a different language. Like I thought we were translating. Until you said that.
Tell her what I said.
You said very late.
Yeah, but I said chock-a-block, and I was like, it's a like mod cheese. We get that block of cheese and stuff.
It's chock-a-block.
Yeah, it's chocolate in a block.
Yeah. So it could be chock-a-block with good mod cheese. So,
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Then finally, question 5. What would you be studying if you saw arches, whorls, and loops? Multiple choice if
it
you
comes
need
down
it.
to this one here. Best of me comes down to this.
Multiple choice if you need it.
Say it again.
That's That's also a good one. What would you be studying if you saw arches, whorls, and loops? Multiple choice if you need it.
Worlds? Like
Whirls.
Oh, whirls.
Whirls.
Like,
Arches, whorls, and loops.
I'll take multiple choice.
Would you be studying brain cells, fingerprints, eggs, Gothic architecture?
You say eggs?
Yep. Would you be
Eggs.
studying brain cells, fingerprints, eggs, Gothic architecture if you saw arches, whorls, and loops?
Arches, whirls, and loops. And then you'd be studying what?
Brain cells, fingerprints, eggs, Gothic architecture.
B or D? Say it again. B.
Brain cells, fingerprints, eggs, Gothic architecture.
I'm gonna go with brain cells.
Brain cells, letter A. Okay. And the answer is fingerprints. Should have went with your gut. Yes.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Wow.
All right.
Man, how many did I get right?
So, Garan, you were 0.
Oh, that is
Yes.
history making stuff, man.
So
Never in my
2-0 with
life.
So, Garan does have a chance
Can we
to
edit
win.
this portion out so when we do the replay, we
Skip.
So, I need the exact name. Because remember, this is.
Dang it.
What is that? So, Garan, close your eyes if you would, please.
Okay.
Bethany, you do not get to hold it because
Okay.
there's a name on it, and I
Okay.
don't want to give it away. But
Oh,
okay.
okay. So this is like
Yes.
the if we needed the extra.
what is this? Don't say the answer if you know it, because Garen's going to get a chance.
Tilt it a little bit.
Oh, I'm nervous.
What is this? What is that?
Can you describe it?
What is that?
You sound like the girl from Homer, or not Homer, Homer's wife.
Yeah. If it didn't have a name on the top where my thumb is, then I'd let you hold it, but it's got the name.
Where
So
your thumb's at?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
so.
Can you?
What is this?
I don't know.
Don't
Do I
know.
get to guess or
After
wait?
Garen,
Oh, okay.
Because Garen
Okay.
gets a chance to steal the win.
I can see it
Okay.
now.
Do you have an answer in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay, Garen, what is this? The actual name.
The actual name is a photography flash,
Okay.
right?
Yes. This is. What was your guess, Bethany?
Mine's gonna be. It was like a little light bulb for a small vehicle of some sort, or a car, or
Oh yeah.
The actual title is Flash Bar.
Flash bar.
Yes.
Wow.
Because there's flash cubes. Do you ever see a flash cube?
Yeah.
So where
How cool
it's
is
in the
that?
shape of a cube, but this is a flash bar.
Nice.
So
A flash bar.
yes. So
Nice. Check that out. That's cool.
yeah.
You've been pulling out some cool stuff, man.
Well, that's why I said, "Where's Tyler?" Because I wanted to see what she thought. I don't know.
first I was gonna say it looks like the other half of Mancala.
So if there's a camera, it'd be this one or that one. This is what we're looking at. So yeah. Anyway, so
Chalk block? Is that what is it?
Chock-a-block.
Chaka.
Chock-a-block.
Chaka block.
Yes.
Related to Shaka Khan? No.
Her younger cousin. Yes.
Chaka block. Well, let's make sure that our ideas don't chaka block. I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna use this one today. But we got the language episode coming up here in how many minutes?
About 28.
Okay, so with that, folks, any shout outs before we get off the air?
Yes, my shout out is going to be to all of the individuals in the Physical Resources Department and the Powwow Committee, the Veterans Association, and anyone who has had a hand in making sure that the grounds area for the 159th annual homecoming celebration are prepared. The staff has been working very, very hard to make sure that the best powwow grounds in America, and I'll fight you over that, because some people, it's not that. It's like, yes, it is. So just come on up and test these hands. No, just kidding.
Dang.
But anyway, shout out to the team members. You guys are kicking it in the butt.
Nice. Yes.
Definitely.
Good shout out.
Just real quick, one thing I want to mention is there is an event today, July 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Little Priest Tribal College Auditorium. It's a trauma and resilience in tribal communities event that is with the National Native Children's Trauma Center. It's with the YCIC, Winnebago Youth Crisis Intervention Center and Youth Shelter. They have training provided by the National Native Children's Trauma Center, University of Montana. And so it's a informational session on the correlation between community protective factors and strengths supporting individuals in overcoming adverse childhood experiences / trauma. So you can reach out to Jay Payer at j.payer@winnebagotribe.com or Daryl Lapointe, daryl.lapointe@winnebagotribe.com.
And shout outs.
And my shout out is going to go out to the camera crew, productions crew from this weekend. They withstood the heat and, all my demands and everything like that. And so shout out to Jordana. I'm so used to Trisha joining us with our cameras. But Jordana, Sinya, and Kevin.
Yeah.
And the little helpers along the way as well.
Good job, guys. Yeah, good job. That's a good shout out too. I'd probably echo that shout out too. You guys, did an excellent job. It was an outside event. You guys had some rain, faced some adversity. A couple of internet connection troubles, people pulling wires, all kind of crazy stuff. But you guys weathered it.
Can I add something real quick?
Good.
So whenever we got the rain on Friday night, they ended up kind of concluding everything early. We dropped our canopy to the lowest it'll go. And right before, it was like sprinkles here and there. We had everything covered. Everything was protected. I don't know where Jordana and Sinya and Kevin went, but I just know that I got stuck under the canopy with Kevin's little guy, Bubs.
Yeah.
Me and Bubby got stuck under there, and they start round dancing. And it was when they start singing, the rain just started coming down real heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuck under that canopy. I was just chilling. But the funny part about it, why I wanted to tell you guys, is because I was looking underneath and I was looking around and just checking, because people were still out in the rain. And shout out to my Choka Terry, he was talking about going out in the rain and getting that blessing and stuff like that. And so I'm just looking around at everybody. I don't know who she was. She's probably going to tell that story yeah, I seen some random. But anyways, I'm looking around and I lock eyes with this girl that's off in the distance. And she probably just sees a girl's face peeking from underneath that canopy. It's nighttime. And so it just makes me laugh when I think about it. But
I just locked eyes.
Literally, just. And I was like, oh. And pulled my frame out. But yeah.
The stare down.
It was a good one, though.
I gotta go do two, guys. One is Employee of the Year, Cheryl Painter. Congratulations to her, man. She's an Employee of the Year. Yeah, but they had and her big screen graphics up. We posted in Winnebago in the News. Posted that they had a dinner for her. Congratulations, Cheryl. Winnebago Tribe, they offer a lot of benefits. If you guys thinking about joining the Winnebago Tribe, there is a human resources page and job availabilities out there and stuff too. So come. If you guys are thinking about joining the Winnebago Tribe and working for the entity, there's a lot of good things that are taking place. I know that Human Resources, too, they are currently planning the employee appreciation.
Yes.
And if you're a tribal employee, you get to take part in that and stuff, too. So shout out to that department. The next one, too, is I got a son. My oldest son, his birthday's coming up. And then right after that, the twins' birthday's coming up. So I want to send a shout out and early birthday shout out to them. And look forward to celebrating with them as they transition to another year. Birthdays are so special. We even have a section on All Requests Live where we do celebrity birthday shout outs to people around the area.
Yes.
And thank you for doing that. So that's my shout out. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Ho Chunk language episode coming up here in T-14.
Yes.
You guys have a good rest of your day. Winnebago Talks, we out.